day? No, they're going to follow you and stalk you and make sure that you're really selling drugs. Then they move in when they know they can catch you. If the person funding your drug sales doesn't want to get caught, they will commonly attempt to force you to go into protection. If you don't have a way to stop working, etc., they will take you against your will. Then, because you can't provide services in the form of compensation for drug sales, they might subject you to being pimped or human trafficked in other ways or raped or God only knows what, so that they could justify in their mind making the money to pay back the drug debt that was never yours to begin with. So they told me on the line 2 nights ago when I went to McDonald's to get a quarter pounder that the guy working the window covered in gold stole that gold from my ex-husband, the big kid's father. And I recognized one of the necklaces, one of the chains, as being a chain that my ex-husband has. He has a lot of gold. He's never been able to open a bank account. He was 1 year old when his parents brought him over here. He's been through a lot, a whole lot. And he keeps his money around his neck in gold. Always has since I met him. And rings. He's always had necklaces and rings. That's how he keeps his money. And when he needs money, he just goes and takes a loan in a legal pawn shop where they say, yeah, well, how much do you want to borrow? Are you sure you're going to bring it back? And he says, of course, here, take my chain, hold on to it, and give me the money that I need. Hold on. So they started telling me on the line that this black guy working he looked kind of like Birdman with dreads, had stolen my ex-husband's jewelry. And they took me through this drive-through of McDonald's on Western with Xavier to get Xavier a double quarter pounder or some other shit like that. I don't eat McDonald's, but I did that day. And he had all of his fingers with rings, both hands, huge chains. They were all real. Why would they want me to see that? And then why would they say on the line that my ex-husband has been ... Historically, they have been extorting my husband about his being brought over as a 1-year-old child, saying, if you don't ... we will turn you into immigration. And then they play him in a circle. If you don't ... then we will turn you into immigration. Okay, that goes to over here. Then from there, it's, if you don't sell these drugs to make back the money that I need to protect your baby mama, me, then I will hold you in a space of hell where they rape you and pimp you and your family members. I'm not kidding. And I've been reporting and recording on this since my first inclination that this was taking place, which was 2020. And my children would always say, no, Mom, everything's fine. No, everything's fine. Nothing's happening. And he would say the same. I got my kids. We're all good. And then he'd show up coughing out a fucking lung. Cigarettes don't make you cough your lungs out. You know what does? Aspiration. When your body is unconscious and someone puts fluid inside of your lungs. I do not like it when people try to steal from us. I don't like that shit at all. We don't even have barely much of any money. I make the money that I make working 7 days a week, and I'm only really permitted to have the money that pays 2 bills and a few extras. My higher authority likes me to think for myself. They don't like me to be influenced by music or movies or culture or media. But I haven't been able to communicate to my higher authority that there are numerous lines of communication constantly coursing through my body at any given time, and I cannot get it to shut the fuck up. So, I would like to divert back to my higher authority and the higher power for some sort of guidance on this, because if I can't shut up these lines of communication, then it would seem like, in an effort to keep understanding of my own mindset with regards to if I don't want to think about, people asking me 35,000 questions about the rapes that I've endured, maybe I could put on some music that will drown that out, right? So for my higher authority, I agree with you in spaces of peace and calm and safety, then I appreciate no music, no media, no influence. I appreciate reminding myself of who I am in the silence, naturally, without any external influence, what I believe is right and wrong, without any causality or impairment. In a perfect world, in a peaceful existence, would this be acceptable? Would that be acceptable? Etc. and so forth. But in this world, where you've left me this time, it's going to be impossible for me to continue functioning unless I find a way to try to drown out the chatter. I can't keep thinking about rape. They wanted me crazy, they fucking got it.